To basketball card collectors, the Bowman name is legendary. 1948 Bowman was the first all-basketball set. And that's the end. The name disappears from basketball card history. Until 1996-97, when Topps revived it with the Bowman's Best set. These are higher-end cards. 6-card packs sold for $3.99. These cards feel a lot like Topps' finest cards because they basically are. The same production process was used. Look at the patents and trademarks that are listed on the backs. See, created by the Topps company, and there's your patent numbers. There's the chromium trademark, skin protector holochrome. These are all found. If you want to see some of my older videos of some Topps finest cards, those are the trademarks that you see. The exact same technology. In fact, we go into a little more depth about how the cards were constructed in those Topps finest videos. Now back to this Bowman's Best set. As with most sets that were charging over 50 cents a card, this is back in the 90s, and so few cards in a pack, the Bowman's Best set was a compact 125 cards, focusing on stars. So even though you only got those 6 cards, you were bound to get some nice ones. First, there were 80 base cards, and Michael Jordan was the highlight there in those 80. Next came 25 rookie cards. Now these are part of the main set, but they're numbered separately with an R prefix before the number. Now the highlight in those rookies, and honestly probably for the whole set, is the Kobe Bryant rookie card. Then finally this set ends with another 20-card subset called Throwbacks. And again, these are part of the main set. They're just numbered separately with a TB prefix. So let's look at the design, especially how the Topps chromium technology was used. I think it's really effective on this particular Michael Jordan card. We'll move the card around a bit, but I want you to look at the basketball, the rim, and the red in his uniform. All of those red colors. There's this metallic finish to them, while the rest of the image is normal. Very subtle. Here, let's see if we can see it. So you can look at the uniform. See the red in the uniform? How it has that metallic finish? Let's try to get the basketball and the rim. That's a little harder to get into the light. But you can see it real well on that 23 and the Bulls. So they picked portions of that image, the red, and that's where you see that extra finish there. Really subtle, nice effect. On the front of these cards, you have this kind of wavy border on the left, and it contains the initial of the player's last name down here. Then we have 2 rectangles, one for the first name, one for the rest of the last name. And that kind of borders the image. You know, frankly, I think they could have reduced that a little bit, made more room for the picture. And it makes this letter down here look all too important off all by itself. But it's not too bad. It's a neat design. Now, let's turn the card over. The reverse of the card is very busy design-wise. There's a lot of color here, a lot of things going on. But what I want to focus on, and why I personally like this set, are the statistics. Topps really put some thought into these for this Bowman's Best set. They're very unique. So first, we have games to games started. Now, the statistic is actually more useful if you put the games started first. Then you can just do some simple division, games divided, started by games played, and you can see the percentage. But either way, look here, you can see that Michael Jordan obviously started nearly every game he played. So, an interesting statistic. Next, we have points plus assists per minute. So this is a very rare statistic you don't see a lot, but it's a great stat. Points plus assists per minute. Think of it this way. Whether Jordan scores or he has an assist, you're getting some points there regardless. So look at this, 0.98. Basically, every minute he played, he contributed a point. This is a very powerful number right there. It really is. Then we have steals plus assists to turnovers. Now this one, maybe someone can help me. I'd like some more clarification. I'm curious, is this a steal that leads to an assist? Or are they simply adding steals and assists? The next column, 3 pointers made divided by field goals made. This number isn't very impressive for Jordan. Basically, the higher the number here, then that means a player did most of his work beyond the three-point line. And that's not Jordan's case. Jordan was more effective inside, whether he was driving, misdirecting, hitting a fadeaway jumper. And finally, we have points per field goal attempt. And look, all I can say here is wow. 1.37 points per field goal attempt. Think about that. Somehow, some way, each field goal attempt resulted in 1.37 points. If every shot he took was a basic two-pointer, if you're shooting 50%, that gets you to 1 in that statistic. He's above that. Really neat. The only common statistic on these cards is this final one, points per game. That's one that we're used to seeing on basketball cards. Then there's this added bonus down here. They have a super stat. And we see Jordan is the second fastest player to reach 25,000 points. He did it in 782 games. Wilt Chamberlain's number 1. He did it in 691 games. I think these statistics are really neat. They're trying to go outside the box with them. And part of the reason I like this set. Overall, it's a really interesting card. You have some Topps chromium technology being used in a real subtle way. And you get some really interesting statistics that you're not going to see very often. So there you have it. 1996-97, Bowman's Best, Michael Jordan. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.